Hello everybody, I'm here with a Kenmore. It is the 385 series, model number series. Kenmore, it's a really good Kenmore. I'm going to go over it with you, tell you a little bit about it. Just to turn the light on to get it to run is the button on the side right here. This is your selector button to select any of these patterns right here. And your little red thing right there is telling you what it is, where it's at. I have it on the center, And here is your reverse. Everybody always asks me, where is the reverse? That's the reverse. If it has looked like a U with an arrow on it, that's your reverse. This is your recommend stitches. If you're going to do this stitch, it'll tell you what that recommends you to put it on. I kind of put it a little differently because I was just using it as an example. So this is your length. This is your width. This is your bobbin rewinder. And when you want to put something in there, there is actually a square, this little square thing here is another spool. Like this is your spool holder. And if you get another spool holder, you can put your spool holder here and then run it off over this way and back here to your bobbin area. And then you click it. And then you pull this out like this, disengages the sewing machine. When you're ready to be able to sew, you got to push this back in. And then this gets pulled out. But since I don't know if she has hers, but if you roll this from this side, having the thread coming from this side, and you come back around this way and go back this way and do the same thing we just did, we'll do the same thing. This one has a lot of diagrams on it, tells you how to do it. Even though they're saying this to go around it. No, I found if you do that, it's going to jump. If you come in here and you go here, instead of just going around it, you want to come up and go around this way and then this way. So this way it locks in and doesn't jump out. Because I had this happen before where it jumps out and then it gets all messed up, or it gets all twisted, all messed up over here and makes you go crazy. So whenever you put your thread in, and you're going to come in here, I would come across it this way and go around this little guy and then go back here. This way it won't jump, because I don't like it when it jumps, I'll tell you right now, okay? If you thread your machine from here, okay, then you go have it running it from the back, and then you come around this way, down here. Okay, stop. Don't go any further, okay? Your foot is down. Bad, bad, bad. Put the foot up. Opens the chambers so it receives the thread. If it's down and you put it in there, it's not receiving the thread. It can mess up all kinds of things in your machine. So you want to make sure your thread is in that little, hole there. And then you can go ahead and put it down after you do that if you want to. And then you can circle back around. This is your uptake. That means your needle's in the highest position. Your uptake, then you go around that and you'll see it. It's got a little thing there. It hooks it right in and drops it right into that little hole. Then come back down this way. Hooks into there and then into the needle. Okay, this one does have a needle threader like this, but I don't preferably use them myself, but it's up to you if you want to use them. This one has a really awesome handle on it, nice big handle, so it's easy to grip a hold of, none of those little ones that go crazy with. This one's called a top feed, so if I ever ask you on the phone, and you're saying something's wrong with the bottom, and I'll say, is it a top feed or a bottom feed? Well, this one feeds from the top. So if I ever ask you that question, you'll know what that means. That's a top feeder, okay? This here has a crate measurement thing all the way across to help you out when you're trying to measure something. And then there's a little lever down here. You put your finger on it, and that opens up your little container, which has a few little tools in there. And that's your little arm thing. It can be pulled out, too, if you just want to do your pant legs, okay? And this whole thing right through here pulls out, and it's this wide for your pant legs or sleeves, okay? Let's see what else. We got everything taken care of. Just making sure I touched on everything, because when I give this back to this lady, I will not have it. So don't ask me questions. I can give you basic questions, but because I know it takes a universal needle. It takes these, I think these are plastic bobbins. I think this one will run the metal bobbins too. If you're not using the power foot, the pedal, and you just want to run the machine, you can unplug it and actually run it and have a stop and go right here, okay? And then this is your needle up and down, and I have it on the medium speed. Okay, let's go ahead and run this on a straight stitch. Okay, so you're gonna see how it runs. Now it might sound loud, but that's okay, because that means that this machine has got a little bit bigger motor than most. Okay, and a lot of people like, oh, I don't know if I like that. Well, if you want it to run denim and heavier material, you definitely want a sewing machine like something like this that can run a little bit heavier material. And I'm running a 2-ply denim right now, so, and just want to show you. Okay, and I mean, it's running great because all underneath here is running great. See all the threads that I've been doing, it's doing great. And then like when you're getting ready to go traveling, you want to hit this button right here and it's going to make it come down. So watch it go down. Now it's down. So when you travel, this doesn't break, because if this breaks, on the older machines like this, they don't really replace them. And then they're hard to find the part to replace them. So that's a bad idea. Just make sure you do it this way and don't drop your sewing machine. And then you come back over here to turn it off right here. Okay, and I think this one, oh yeah, this one does have it. Let's go around this way. Well, let's see if we can turn it this way. Okay, this little guy. Everybody always asks me, what's that for? Well, if you want to make your stitches tighter or less tighter, that means there's a positive and a negative in here. And right now it's in the middle, so it's running them all in the middle. But if you want to make them tighter, then you want to go plus. If you want to make them go looser, then you would want to go minus. Okay, so you could turn that with a screwdriver, and you can actually, make it, do something totally different, where the stitching will be a lot tighter or smaller or bigger or whatever. It just somehow runs some kind of like differential inside there that makes the whole machine change their stitching just a little bit, which is kind of cool. I like that in a sewing machine. But overall, this sewing machine is a really nice sewing machine. If you ever see one of these like at Goodwill or someplace like that, or Salvation Army or whatever you have, a thrift store of some sort, and you see one there and they're selling it for like $30, $40, grab it, okay? Hopefully it runs. I mean, I always say, don't take it until you can get it plugged in and push the button. So that way, you know if it works, because you can get these and go home and never get them to work. So I always tell people, before you buy a sewing machine from anyone or anybody, run the machine. If it could sew on, if it sews something like this, or even come close to sewing like this, then technically you have a pretty good machine and you could take it to someone that can actually get it running perfectly. But if you can't get the machine to run at all and it won't do anything and it just light turns on and that's it, nothing else runs, I would not take it home with me. Personally, that's what I would do. Okay. Now I want to make sure you guys know, if you follow me, okay, make sure you subscribe to me. And you can follow the playlist, whatever playlist that you like. You don't have to, have every single playlist. I mean, if you want to, you could. Or you can always just, because I have a lot of people that just follows the one about the interviewing the sewing machine, because I want to see what kind of sewing machines I've been up to or been working on. And you can do that. You can go ahead and say, okay, I'm going to follow that one. You just go into this like 3-dot thing and then you can click follow. And then you can follow it. And then what it will do is every time I upload a new one, it'll like zing you if you want it in your phone, or you can have it go to your email or however you have it set up. And you can get a chance to come see it, and make sure you hit the like button, put your thumb up, tell me if it's a good video, things like that. I don't care what you want to talk about. Or you might say, hey, look at that, I have one exactly like that. Oh, I didn't know it can do all this, and then tell me that. That's fine. I'd like to hear from you. If you share this to your friends and stuff, tell them to subscribe to me, because the more subscribers that I have, the better chance I can get closer to the 10,000 mark, even though my next goal is, if I can get to 2,000, I'll be happy and thrilled, okay? If I do get 10,000, I'm going to freak out and say, oh my goodness, what happened? That's what some people, they do that in a month. I said, how did they do that? But I'm only here just to do this for the fun of it. I do this as a hobby. I used to do this all the time and work for big factories and places like that, where I would just sew for them. But then when our machine broke down, they would call this guy that might take 2 or 3 days to get there. And then I'm like, they go look at me and they go, wait a minute, how did you get that thing up and running? Well, I'm a mechanic, and then not that hard to figure out. And And I sat there and told them what was wrong with it. And then I got it running again. And they all just kind of looked at themselves and said, hmm. So they're all running it. Everybody in there, all the seamstresses and everything are running this big sewing machine. When the guy shows up, he looks at it and he keeps asking me. Every time he showed up, he would always say, hey, you should be working for us. And it says you can make $24 an hour. I'm thinking, I don't know. I don't really want, I was only working there part-time. So I wasn't there all the time. I was only there, like 3 days, 4 days a week. And then I'd go home and just do my own thing. But they were all like, totally, these people wanted to hire me, but they were clear down in South Carolina. I would have to report there and then go. Now, to me, I'm not that much of a driver. So I decided, nah, I didn't want to go do that. I decided, well, maybe I'll just work out of my house and help people out and get them affordable sewing machine care. And that way they don't have to go to all these big price places and come to me and get it done at an affordable price. Now, if it's a computer issue, I can't really help you with it. Now, if it's giving you a certain kind of error, like error 1, that's your foot needs to be down. If you have error 6, means you have a thread wrapped around somewhere and you probably can't get to it unless you go to a mechanic. If it has like another error where it says your computer is being messed up, don't come to me. You got to go to a tech. And that means you got to go to somebody that's going to be a little bit more expensive. I know places that are not that expensive, but the waiting time is about 1 or 2, sometimes 3 weeks before you actually get your machine back. So it's up to you. But I mostly am mechanic, and all I do is I work on machines, suspect machines, and get them up and running and keep them running. So, I mean, if you want someone to help you out and you're in the area I live in North Carolina. So if you are living in North Carolina, a lot of people come from all over the place in North Carolina. Georgia, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Georgia, Florida. I think they got some people from Florida. I don't remember. They're all over the place. I know that people just show up. They'll call me up and say, I'm in your area. I just came from Virginia and I want to get my sewing machine service and I'm only going to be here for a week. Can you get it done? Sure. I don't have anybody to do right now. So yeah, sure. I can do yours and get it done and really fast, but I only take cash. And they're like, oh, that's fine. We can get you cash. I said, good. All right. Then I can get it in here. So, this is what I do. And it's a lot of fun. I think this lady's traveling too. So I'm not even sure where she's coming from. She never really said. She said she has some friends or relatives or somebody in the area that she's visiting, and so she brought her sewing machine and thought, well, I'm going to get my sewing machine done. I'm not exactly sure, but anyway, hope you guys have a blessed day and just keep watching and sharing. Okay, have a great day. Bye bye.